happening. We have apparently people are not happy working at Xbox. Hundreds of quality assurance workers at ZeniMax Studios, the parent company of Bethesda, have gone on strike. Apparently, Starfield was so bad, the quality assurance workers just left. They just walked out. Now, none of that's true aside from the quality assurance workers. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that joke in there.
All hail Todd Howard.
I believe it.
Uh, it was due to unfair labor practices. The strike is the first of its kind in a North American video game industry and comes months after the negotiations between the union and Microsoft, which were acquired in 2021. The workers are seeking higher wages, improved benefits, a greater say in workplace decisions,
A new game engine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alleging that Microsoft has been delaying the bargaining process. So there you have it. Internal disputes between a company that they acquired back in 2021, I believe, for about $7 billion. And it spewed out Starfield. And now we have strikes happening. Do you think, and we'll go across the panel, and feel free to play the soundbite, Microsoft is a good place where games go to get better? And we'll go across the panel with that question. No one's gonna play. I don't have access to that soundbite.
Oh, I was just waiting for you to say someone's name.
Yeah.
The soundbite. Microsoft.
We're not going to do that, you
Nah.
pony. We're not going to do Jesus.
I've
Anyways.
heard that every single day.
Jem. Wait, I'm not gonna start with Jem this time. I've been starting. He's sitting right beside me. Sorry, Jem. We're wrapping around to Ray.
Wow.
Ray,
yes.
Is Xbox the place where games go to get better? Can you give me an example of where a game has gone to Xbox and got better? Because this is just hurt. Like, I don't get what's happening here. It's
How does
tell
wait a minute,
Microsoft
Rooted?
to stop dragging their feet.
How does
Yeah,
how does the question you
first
just
of
asked
all-
Ray relate to that article?
First of all, how
Just a
dare you?
question.
How dare you and your Concord that what? How long was Concord out? How long was Concord out?
2 weeks.
Wasn't it? I mean,
We're
good
not
lord.
talking about Concord right now.
Yeah,
Ray. Don't
anyway.
look over there. Don't look over there.
Yeah. Anyway, anyway. Look. They have they made bad games? Yes. Have they made good games? Yes. It's just like any other company. Just like on the other side. Dude, these people work long hours for these games. The cost of living, where they live out, like where that place is in Maryland, I think, Bethesda, Maryland. And also there's other offices. It's high. It's expensive. Cost of living is expensive. People got to live. And with the inflations and everything, just people need money and people are not happy. And so that's why they form unions. And that's why you have to, it's not about the games. It's about getting paid for what you do. And I mean, and people don't seem to understand, but Microsoft is a freaking $1 trillion. They got money. They have lots of money. And yes, they do layoffs. And yes, they can, as soon as they fire people, yes, guess what? They hire people. But their company, they're not a broke company. They have the money. And it's the people's right to demand, especially if they're working on the games and stuff like that. And they need to get paid for what they do. No matter if the game is bad or not, they should get paid for what they do.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone would argue that. I'm going to get one more opinion on this one before we move to the next one. SPG, do you think that Xbox is the place where games get better? Do you think this is Bethesda's fault? What's happening here? Or do you think people just deserve fair wages and it's just coming down to unfair wages and bad practices?
I love how you phrased the question. I'm gonna give
I
a
don't.
special
I
answer.
don't. I need to get better at that.
No, look, man. I think that anybody that your workplace environment is very important. They want people in the environment because they're paying all those costs for the building and computers and all that stuff. But I would say I'm behind it 100%. The only way I'm not is if there's not a new Bethesda engine in the fine print. They need a new game engine.
Yes, they do.
Um,
Are
can
you
I, can
on?
I, can I,
Yeah, go for it.
yeah, briefly. There have been instances where a developer purchased by Microsoft has done better, or at least it helped save that said company. Double Fine is one that comes to mind, where they were having a lot of money issues, and then Microsoft acquired them. Um, I think there's a whole documentary on it, Psych Odyssey, if you want to check it out. It's really good. And then other things such as like Obsidian being able to make stuff like Pentiment, where they said that they wouldn't have been able to make it if it weren't for Game Pass, right? So I think there have been some studios that were affected positively by Microsoft, but I think that's just as much negative as well. So I don't think it's a Microsoft issue. I think there's a lot of studios out there that have affected, like acquisitions have affected studios negatively. Embracer Group is another one that comes to mind for a lot of
And,
negative stuff. So
and
yeah, it's
Ru,
sucks.
and another thing, when we used to have a Microsoft office out here in Silicon Valley. I used to do a lot of credit apps trying to, when people used to buy jewelry. So I got to see what they make when I ran their credit. And executives do pretty damn good. The people under them, they're just middle class, but you'd be surprised what the top guys get. They make a lot of money.
Well, no doubt about that, and definitely should trickle down to the people putting in the hard work in making these games happen. I don't think anyone can argue with that one. So let's jump to the next one, though. This one I know everyone will